I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shotty in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, when tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fish taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how the crackers turn this child into a ghost town. Poke a stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, no tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirt in the handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit Asian, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence,
Backstage.
Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named is Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a priest hoe. Get a dirt ass, rust ass neck, bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, but he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named is Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. Soft cold shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. You scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Come in and trying to get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood or hood? More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. I'm stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
So special.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hissing. And when it's so much, they didn't think I put the fix in. Get the game to go my way, they gon' thinking that I rigged it. If I say it in my raps, I would do it or I lived it. What you say in your raps is entertainment, you just kidding. Hard times, I got tired of being broke, so I fixed it. This pole get the job done. Nigga, this is stick shit. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless. Reincarnation, so you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped, that's why I walk with a signet. Build it from the ground up, did it all independent. Don't put your head in my business, to the wall I'm appended. They say I walk around like I'm perfect, bitch, I'm sinless, blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with the shit, the other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me, wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a pair on me, that'll leave your family tree spoil you. Can't catch you, then I get your man, make him lord you. The only comp is me, and I'm trying to be cordial. I feel like I'm royal, you interchange with the mind. I love a 10 with a sexy walk, but I take a switch with a 9. Gear up and go crazy when they tell me it's time. Empty the whole clip to the last shot like the game on the line. Speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Yabashim Yashai Bracket Thumb to the brothers. Yabashim Allah Thumb Bashim Yashai to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Parak, holding down the Thursday scripture breakdown class for the ISUPK coming out of Arizona. All right. If you're watching online, we'll put the address at the very bottom of the screen. All right, 12416 North 28th Drive, Phoenix, Arizona. All right, we're in suite number 4, right off the corner of 28th Drive and Cactus. We got classes every Tuesday through Friday at 7 p.m. And every Saturday we hold our Sabbath service at 11 a.m. All right. So today what we're going to be going over, we're going to go over a few things. We know there's a lot of things going on right now. We understand what happened with, your Diddy. your main man, Puff Daddy P. Diddy, right? We see that his home was just raided. There was a multi-million-dollar lawsuit filed against him. There's a whole lot of allegations that are starting to pile up. And it just goes to show the hypocrisy that you find in Hollywood and from your entertainers and the people that that so many people idolize and look up to. So many people for many years, 20, 30 years, have idolized people like P. Diddy. All right. And then you come to find out that they're a fraud and you find out what they really stand for. The problem is that when things like this happen, there's nobody that wants to actually speak out against it that has a solution. You see, you go on Black Twitter, you go on Instagram, you go all over the place, and you find that so many people have so many things to say about Diddy. They start to make jokes about it and all of those things, but they don't understand that this is a real problem. It's a real problem. You know, Usher was in the care of that man P. Diddy at the age of 12, 13 years old. Usher was touched at 12, 13 years old. Nobody talking about that, though. Nobody's making a big deal about that. You see that what's going on in Hollywood with what's that that documentary that just came out, Quiet on Set. All right, it was about Nickelodeon and what happens to all of these child stars, okay, in Hollywood and how all of them was getting touched. Okay, it's a serious problem. Now, you talk about all of this, right? And here, of course, we address these issues. We talk about them, we bring them to the forefront, but nobody's really willing to do that. I'm gonna show y'all today. Within that, I think it's a $20 million lawsuit that's against P. Diddy, right? And within that lawsuit, one of the people that's attached to that lawsuit that was with Diddy, there's allegations against him, is T.D. Jakes. Give me Jeremiah the 14th chapter, the second verse.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof language.
See, Judah is the so-called black people that you find in America today, right? Judah is just it's the southern kingdom of Israel, right? But this is talking about the children of Israel as a whole. Judah mourneth, meaning we're in mourning. All right, we're in the lowest state. But it goes on to say that our gates languish. What are gates for? Gates are for protection. And we ain't got no gates. That's what it means for gates to languish, mean they're withering away. We got nobody to protect us. The people that you look up for, which we're going to go into the rich man in just a minute. All right. And there's a parable that Christ gave about a rich man and a beggar. All right. And it's a parable that talks about your leaders and you. All right. And the fact that you don't really have nobody to lean on, to rely on. The people that you feel like you should be able to rely on, you can't. Why do I bring this up? Because T.D. Jakes is in bed, quite literally, with P. Diddy. And so many of your Christian pastors and people that you support and look up to and you idolize. All right. Not only do you look up to your P. Diddy's and people like that for entertainment, but then you're looking up to people like T.D. Jakes for spiritual leadership and guidance, and they doing the same thing. They both involved with that type of stuff, right? And so we're going to find out our gates language. Why? Because the people that we feel like we can believe in and the people that we support, the people that we go to for help to feel like they can support us, they truly cannot. Let's get Luke, the 16th chapter, and let's start off at the 19th. Let me see if that's where I want to start. The 19th verse. All right, Christ is getting ready to talk to his disciples and tell him about a parable. All right. So this is an analogy, and we'll clarify this analogy as we read. So Luke the 16th chapter and the 9th verse.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple, in fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day.
So this is talking about a rich man that's in nice, beautiful clothing. Y'all seen that that clip of T.D. Jakes talking about being swallowed up? I don't know if y'all seen that, right? What was he wearing? He was wearing that purple gown just down to the floor. I mean, that thing probably cost thousands of dollars. And he's obviously faring sumptuously. What that means is to eat very well. He's fed. He's got money. All right. And that's what T.D. Jakes is. This rich man is talking about the Sadducees and Pharisees of that time. All right. The Sadducees and Pharisees were the religious leaders and the spiritual leaders of that time. Well, now you take that, fast forward 2,000 years, and here we are today. This rich man is talking about the same spiritual leaders and religious leaders, all right? They fare sumptuously. They're fed, all right? Keep going. Verse 20.
Verse 20. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores.
All right, now this whole thing is a parable, right? Lazarus is a beggar. He's homeless, all right? This man is at the rich man's gate. Why is he at the rich man's gate? Who can tell me why would a beggar be at a rich man's gate? Because he's hungry. So what is he doing at the man's gate? He's begging because he wants food. He knows that inside those gates, that rich man has food, something to heal him up from his broken stomach. This man ain't got no money, no food. He's starving. He thinks that he can go and rely on this rich man. All right. And one thing that we're going to focus on in just a second is that Lazarus was full of sores. So now take that imagery and think about it, right? Lazarus is this broke homeless man who his body is full of sores and boils, right? Keep going.
Verse 21. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
And all he wants is the crumbs that fall from the rich man's table. He's not asking the rich man to give him $100 million. He's just asking him, hey, when you go to eat at the end of the day, when you go to eat your dinner meal, whatever's left over that you would normally throw in the trash, just let me get that. Let me get a little bit. And see, that hold for me, Isaiah, the first chapter. We're going to finish that verse, so stay here, but hold for me, Isaiah, the first chapter. All right. That's what we want. We don't never go begging our religious and spiritual leaders for $1 million. We just want a little help. Y'all run around here in these Bentleys and these Mercedes Benzes. We don't want the Mercedes Benz. We just want a little gas in our car. We want, hey, look, my tires is bald as it. I need my tires. Can you help me with that? No, these religious leaders ain't got that for you. Now, once again, we go to them for protection. We go to them for help, but they not giving it to us. Why? Because they just as evil as the rest of society. They just covered up, like what this said about the rich man, right? He's clothed in purple and fine linen, and he's eating well every day. That's a front. He looked good. That's why they dress like that, to hide what's inside of them. All right. That's why the scriptures call them wolves in sheep's clothing, because inwardly they're like ravenous wolves. Outwardly, yeah, they look good. They look like they'll give you a hug and give you all of the love and money that you ever could want and need. But inwardly, they're selfish, greedy bastards, and we'll find that out in just a minute. You have something?
I was going to add too. A lot of these brothers and sisters that are rich and wealthy, when you ask them for advice, how to get what you got, a lot of them, won't even tell you, like, well, why would I give you that information for free?
Right, right.
You got to pay for that kind of information. It's like, well, you're already there. Why can't you just give the help? And then some people say, well, people got to make money too. It's like, I'm not stopping you from making money.
Right.
At the same time, why won't you just help your people? Get out of the situation. I want $1 million like you got. I just want to live comfortably.
Right.
But you got the answers that I'm looking for.
Right. Exactly. And see, and that's going to be the second topic that we go into, which is the mark of the beast. People like that got that mark of the beast that the Book of Revelation talks about, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. All right. Finish off at verse 21, and then we'll go to Isaiah 1.
Oh God. Let's start with and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Mm-hmm. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. So the dogs came and licked his sores. So just once again, take this imagery, right? This beggar is at the rich man's gate, destitute and poor, begging to get some sort of relief. And the dogs come and start licking his wounds. Think about how pitiful that is, right? Give me Isaiah 1 and 6. Book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 6. From the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness. This is talking about the condition of the Israelites, of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? This is our condition. From the sole of the foot, even unto the head, meaning in our entire body. This is also an analogy, all right, that the Most High loves to use. All right, there is no soundness in our entire body. Keep going. But wounds, go ahead. And bruises and petrifying swords.
And putrefying
Swords.
And putrefying swords. This is once again talking about our condition. Keep going.
They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
So what is this talking about? This talk our entire body spiritually is filled with bruises and wounds and putrefying sores, right? This is talking about our condition. And what it goes on to say is that they have not been closed. Our wounds have not been healed. All right. What Lazarus, that beggar, is going through is the condition that he's in. Nobody's able to heal him from that. The people that he's going to, nobody's going to heal him from that. And the dogs come and lick his sores. Do a dog coming and licking your sores actually heal your sores? No, right? If anything, it make them worse. What it does offer is it offers some comfort. A dog coming licking your sores, it offers comfort. But what you don't realize is that disease comes with that. All right, so these dogs that come to lick Lazarus' sores, it offers him that temporary comfort, but in all actuality is destroying him. What do America give us that are equivalent to the dogs licking the sores? They give us this music that P. Diddy is pushing. They give us entertainers like that. It make us feel good. It get us through our slavery. You work a 10-hour shift. You listening to that music all day. It's entertainment. It's going to make you feel better and get through the day. But in all actuality, what you pushing in your head? What are you pushing in your head? General Muhammad was just talking about it. When Biggie Smalls died in 1997, back in the school, brothers was like, Most High in Christ. They got that man. Why? Because us pushing this truth and trying to teach our people to stay off of drugs, to stop killing each other, to love one another. People like them is pushing the narrative, hey, keep killing each other. Keep selling the dope. That pregnant woman that's going to sell you her baby for a goddamn 20 of crack, do it. Take her baby. And while you're at it, slut her out, pimp her out. That's what these people are teaching you. So once again, it feels good. It makes you feel better about being in captivity and being a slave to our oppressor. But in all actuality, what's it really doing? That's them dogs that's licking your sword. You understand? Them dogs, the other nations. Who put P. Diddy in charge? Them Ashkenazi Jewish people, man. You understand? The Amalekites. Those are Edomites. Our oppressor put them in charge of the music because they pushing out what we want to hear that's going to keep us destroyed. That's them dogs licking our swords. It feel good, feel like it's making us get through the day, but in all actuality, it's going to cause death and disease. You understand? What did they do? They put crack into our neighborhoods and made us feel like this was the best thing ever. And then what they do, start that war on drugs. That's why your fathers and grandfathers all went to jail. They all went to prison, and you didn't know your daddy because of the crack epidemic. All right, and then you got the same thing happening for heroin with so-called white people, and then none of them get locked up. They open up clinics and let them get high legally. Why? Because they for their people, but they see us and they want to be the dogs that come and lick our sores to make us feel better without actually doing anything to help us. You understand? They're gonna make you feel like, damn, Planned Parenthood? You mean I could have all the sex I want and not hold myself accountable because I could take my girl right up the street and have them kill this baby. I ain't gotta be responsible for it. That's a gift. That's what most people would look at that like. Not realizing that that's the eugenics program. You understand? They are trying to kill you off, but you don't realize that because all you see is that these dogs is coming to lick your sores. Oh, they just trying to help. They just trying to help. They see them sores. They just want to lick them sores up and make you feel better. You're gonna contract rabies and you're gonna die. Let's go back to Luke the 16th chapter, and we'll be back and forth in here because this is the parable we're going to be going in and out of today. Luke 16 and 22.
The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 22. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass that the beggar died.
Mm-hmm. So after all of this, let's wait for the brother to get the scripture, right? So it say after all of this happened, right? The beggar died at the rich man's gate. He be begging. The dogs come and lick the sores, and then that beggar, that same beggar Lazarus dies, right? Go ahead.
Okay. And was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
All right. And this, once again, it's a parable. After he dies, he's carried by the angel into Abraham's bosom, right? This is what your Christians would call heaven. All right. But once again, this is just a parable. This isn't literally what happens to you after you die, but this is just talking about this beggar's reward, right? Keep going.
Okay. The rich man also died and was buried.
And both of these people died. Lazarus, the beggar, and the rich man, they both died. All right. One was carried into Abraham's bosom, which is Lazarus. All right. And the rich man was carried. He was just buried. He was put in the ground. All right. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 23. And in hell he looked up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off.
And he see Abraham far off. Remember, this is an analogy of, if you could hold for me, James, the 2nd chapter. We're gonna bounce back and forth. I just want to get these precepts to make sure we understand what's happening here. All right, because the rich man, he looking off and he see Lazarus, but the rich man is in torment. He's in hellfire. He's burning alive. And he see Lazarus afar off in Abraham's bosom. What's Abraham's bosom? Abraham's bosom is the inheritance. Remember, Abraham was promised what? He would be a father of many nations and that his children would be as the sands of the sea. And that covenant of circumcision was given to him to carry down through the children of Israel. Okay, that's what Abraham's bosom is. So when it says Lazarus went into Abraham's bosom, he received that inheritance of eternal life through the promise of the Most High to Abraham. Let's read something about that real quick. James 2 and 5.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God chosen the poor of this world, have not God chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?
They say, hearken, my beloved brethren, right? Have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith? All right. This is James speaking to the Israelites, and he's saying that the Most High chose the poor. All right. Remember in Matthew, the 5th chapter, all right, James is towards like the end of the Bible. So you'll get that. It's right before your Revelation, and you got Jude, and you got Peter's, and then James, I believe, is right before that. James 2 and 5. James 2 and 5. Read that again from the top for me.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?
Right. The poor of this world is who the Most High chose, but they're rich in faith. Remember, Christ said in the book of Matthew, the 5th chapter, blessed be the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Who's the meek? The meek are the humble. The meek are the poor. The meek is Lazarus, the one that needs guidance and needs spiritual help from what you would consider spiritual leaders, the people that are supposed to go and teach the children of Israel and guide them and lead them. You know, the Bible calls us sheep continually. Why? Because we need somebody to lead us. I always talk about the fact that sheep are the dumbest animals that you could possibly find, because they will go wherever you tell them to go. A shepherd could lead these sheep off of a ledge. Each sheep in a single file line could see the next one fall into his death, and the sheep still gonna go because that's where the shepherd led them. Right. So we go wherever we're led. The problem is that we allow people like P. Diddy to lead us. You understand? We allow our entertainers and people like King Von and Lil Durk and all of these guys, we allow them to lead us. And so instead of them leading us to food, leading us to shelter, they're the ones that's leading us over that ledge, over that to our death, right? Right. That's what they doing, and we just following them because that's what's being put in front of our face. That's them dogs once again licking our sores. He has something.
I was gonna just bring it to this one. The Most High said, you know, those shepherds that scattered his flock. You know, this is what these leaders have done. They led us into every which way, you know, right, on this planet, to all the different philosophies and religions and things like that. They, you know, destroyed our people, took more our people, you know, when we tell them who we are, they have a hard time accepting it because they've been led so far astray. You know, bringing them back is like, you know, it's a hard task to do because they don't believe that they got chose. They want to believe everything else in the world. That's where
Right.
our leaders have led us to believe in.
Right. Exactly. And once again, that's your problem because everybody, I don't know how nobody didn't see these signs. All of a sudden, right now you start to see this evidence showing up with P. Diddy and all of the Paul's homosexual stuff that he was doing. And all of the weird things that he was doing. And then now these interviews with Usher starting to show up, talking about the things that he witnessed when he was 13 under the care of Diddy. You understand? All of these things people missed, they skipped over, glazed and glossed over them. Why? Because they were so concerned with the music that he was putting out, so concerned with what he had to offer to make them get through the day, what he could contribute to your playlist. But you don't realize what this man is doing behind closed doors because you don't want to. You don't want to see that. So many people still just listen to R. Kelly on full volume, knowing damn well what he's in prison for right now. Like, you allow these people to be an influence on your life, not realizing that they are the problem with your community, right? Let's keep reading in James.
Okay. In heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that loved him.
Right.
That love him.
And that's Abraham's bosom. That's our inheritance. Our inheritance is the kingdom, right? But once again, Christ said it himself. He said it's easier for a rich man to pass through for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle, something microscopic, damn near impossible, than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Why is that? Because of stories like this. You understand? Because the scriptures say that the meek are going to be the ones that inherit the earth, right? It's hard. Listen, it's hard for a rich man to stay humble. A lot of these cats will tell you they come from humble beginners. P. Diddy will tell you he come from humble beginners. He got a hold of that money and he got involved with that Hollywood nonsense, and you see where it took him. And that's what happens to so many people because they don't know how to control. We just talked about this yesterday. They don't know how to control themselves. Some people you should not give freedom. Most people you should not give freedom. You understand? A lot of these people that you allow to have free, that's why OnlyFans is so popping right now. People going and paying $30 a month for these subscriptions because these women just got all of the freedom. They do whatever the hell they want. They come in on these OnlyFans and making millions of dollars a month because some man, their father, allowed them to be a whore. But that's what this society teaches you. Nobody wants to take no for an answer. Diddy for sure don't want to take no for an answer. That's why it's that $20 million lawsuit against him. You understand? But who you're supposed to be able to look for help and for answers and for guidance, like your religious leaders like T.D. Jakes, he in the damn same lawsuit. He got the same allegations against him. That just came out yesterday. Right? Keep reading. Verse 6.
Now, verse 6. But ye have despised the poor.
Mm-hmm.
Do not rich men oppress you?
Right.
And draw you before the judgment seat?
And that's what we see happening with Lazarus, right? Lazarus was being oppressed. He wasn't, once again, he wasn't asking for, a guest bedroom in the mansion. It's not what he wanted. He asked for the crumbs off of the plate. That's all he wanted. But he couldn't get that. Take me back to Luke 16 chapter.
Okay. The book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 24. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
So now he crying. This rich man is crying, saying, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. But oh, how the tables turn, because the poor man was the one that was begging. And now look who's begging for their life. The poor man was begging for crumbs, and now the rich man is begging for his life. This is how the tables turn, because you understand that life ain't about what America teaches you life is about. Life will have you to believe that you could live the lifestyle of P. Diddy. You could live the lifestyle of an OnlyFans model. You could live the lifestyle of T.D. Jakes. And that's the best way to go. But in all actuality, the tables are going to turn. See, once again, the meek will inherit the earth. But everybody hates the meek. That's what we just read in the book of James. Everybody hates the meek. Especially those rich men. The ones that say that they're for you, but they're really not. Keep going.
Okay. And send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water.
And now he asking Lazarus for help. Now he want Lazarus to come and dip the tip of his finger in water to quench his thirst because this man is burning. And he just wants a little bit. He just wants a little bit of relief. What do this sound like? This sound like Lazarus begging for them crumbs off the table.
Right.
He not asking for much. He just asking for a little drop of water.
Right.
That's all he asking for. But the problem is because you didn't give him that little crumb, he's not going to give you that little drop, right? Keep going.
Now, John, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things.
Mm-hmm.
But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
Give me 2 Timothy, right? Give me 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. Now, once again, you see that the roles is being reversed. And what the Lord is doing right now, he's slowly showing you that you should not put your trust in entertainers. R. Kelly's locked up. All right. Diddy finna be soon to be locked up. All right. Your TD Jakes, he coming up in his lawsuit. He probably gonna get locked up too. We see what happened with Bishop Eddie Long. And then we see what's happening with all of these, once again, that quiet on set coming out. You understand? Well, all of these children were being touched in Hollywood. But these are shows that a lot of us grew up watching. A lot of us grew up watching these things, not realizing that it was at the sake of somebody's childhood, not in the way we thought. They're not just giving up their childhood to be an actor. They're giving up their childhood because somebody is stealing their innocence from them sexually. They're being molested and touched. And we're not realizing this. And we grow up idolizing these things, not realizing what's really happening behind closed doors. You understand? But the Lord is now starting to reveal these things to us. Now we're starting to see it. See, a lot of time for such a long time, nobody wanted to believe these things. Even when R. Kelly, it was video of this cat urinating on a little girl. Cats were still supporting him. They just and it wasn't even that they didn't believe that he was doing it. Some cats, they pretended like they didn't believe. But most of these cats, they was like, yeah, but that's R. Kelly though. See, and that's the problem. A lot of these cats, they think of these women, they think of their uncle like that. They think of their father figures like that. I can't say nothing about him doing that. That's Unc. I can't say nothing about him. See, these people that you idolize, it trickles down to show you what happens in our communities, inside Black communities. And you don't realize that that's the fall of our nation. When I say our nation, I'm saying Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans as a whole, right? As a unit. It's the fall of our community. Go ahead, you have something?
Right. That's heavy because there's a story out that this Catholic priest, his name is Adam Kota, right? He got sexually abused too. You know what I'm saying? And what he was trying to do was he was trying to bring out the truth that was coming out in these Catholic church, and he got his title of ministry, you know what I'm saying, taken from him, and he trusted another priest from Vegas to help him out. And when he went over to him to help, he put something in his drink, and that's when he got abused.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's just crazy how we all trust him. And he was bringing out something that was heavy too, is that the people, like in Mexico, right? The people look up to these people, right? And they say like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Look at him. He's bringing gifts. Like he would bring them, I don't know, like a laptop and stuff like that, right? Pay for their college or school stuff, right?
Right. And
they would look at him and be like, oh, look at him. Look, everything he's doing, but the child is being, you know what I'm saying, used.
Right.
Right. All that he's receiving, he's getting something worse behind closed doors.
Right.
Which is like, you know what I'm saying? Our people are so blind to that, you know what I'm saying? They protect the abuser and don't try to help the one that's being abused.
Right.
No, damn right. And that's a lesson that we got to learn. Like the Lord is, once again, he's trying to show us these things.
Right.
Go ahead. You have something?
Yeah, so I was gonna bring out, talk about like these leaders. I was just a couple months ago before the Diddy thing really popped off. It was out there, Cassie first came out. There was a Christian rapper named Lecrae who said that he had been to several of Diddy's parties. he said when he went to the first one, somebody told him, "Hey, you should leave before 1 a.m. hits because it gets crazy after that."
Yeah.
He said, "Well, he didn't believe him, so he stayed." And he said, "Yeah." He said he saw all manner of things going down after 1 a.m. And then he said he went some more after that.
Damn.
And he said an excuse was that, oh, these people have had to see the light of God in their presence, or they'll keep doing the evil things.
Wait, what? Wait, he said what? What did he say?
They have to see like the light of God in their presence. Like he was like his presence supposed to like make them see like, oh, the Lord, like somebody, God is here. So they're supposed to stop what they were doing.
Yeah.
And that's how I was like, well, that's like a mighty fine excuse to make. Like, you know, I don't personally, I don't think that he didn't go back. I don't think he went back because he wanted to show the light of God. I think that he was dabbling whatever that was doing because you were so disgusted the first time. Why would you continue to go back?
Yeah.
I think he knew that it was up. Then he started writing on the wall, trying to get out in front of it.
Right.
Before somebody else called him out and say, "Wait, weren't you at these parties?"
Right.
So he seen the get down and he went back.
He went back.
Yeah. And that shit, you say you talking about Lecrae, right?
That's
Like that shit.
That's wicked work.
Yeah, like that, and that's your Christian rapper that, you know, is supposed to be for the Black Christian community, and he's supposed to be. But the problem is that once again, where he learned from. I could pull up a picture right now of him and TD Jakes. It's a maze of just a bunch of intertwined connections that these people got with each other. They all these cats got pictures with what's the cat name that I just mentioned? Eddie Long. They was all doing the same thing. Eddie Long was one of the only ones that got caught. But these cats consistently are known for doing these things. They all know each other and they all are in that circle. They're in that same network. All right. They don't want you to know about it. That's why he talking about, oh yeah, I just wanted the light of God to show. That's hypocrisy, man. Look, that's what them cats tried to do at that Passover like 3 years ago. Them Shikari cats, they threw their Passover in the goddamn strip club. Oh, we want to, you never know. Maybe they'll just get, turned on to the truth. No, brother, you was getting turned on by the strippers. That's what you was doing. That's what was happening. The problem is that so many people fall for those types of things, and then they start to just live a lie.
Right.
And so now, once again, people are finding a way to make, and this is what we've done consistently as Black people. We try to find humor in situations like this to kind of mask the pain, because this is a serious situation. But everybody is making light of this situation, talking about Diddy. All right, all time. I can't even count on my two hands how many memes I've seen created about Diddy. You have something?
And what's crazy about it is like most of these videos are like old videos.
Yeah.
That everybody's just bringing up like,
right.
Oh, like we've been saying, like people been saying this, but people have been like not focusing on it.
Right.
So now something big has to happen in order for you to understand that this is real.
Right. Think about it, right? So now, and this is, I'm trying to tell, like, this is the entertainment industry. Just like how Usher was touched at age 13 because he was hanging around Diddy and all of them. It's the same way that Lil Wayne was touched at 13 when he was hanging around Birdman. You got both of them cats that are the product of that generation that came before. Birdman and Diddy, they're the same roundabout age. You understand? And they pushing that onto the next generation. It happened to them too. You understand? But most likely for them, it happened to them in their own neighborhoods, right? It happened to them in their own neighborhoods. So the problem is that we're not seeing this pattern. And in order for us to make a change and stop this thing, you have to see and notice the pattern. And then you got to address it, which is the point that we're trying to make. All right. You could drop what you got. Give me Isaiah the 57th chapter. Isaiah 57. Good.
Yeah, if I could, on the points of Officer Matazah and Officer Razan, they're bringing out two very powerful things: how the weak are taken advantage of by the rich, man, and that's something that goes on every day, and you see it happening on the television screen. And we don't see it as a bad thing. We idolize it. That's what Officer Matazah was saying. This little priest is abusing this child, but because they see all the gifts, they see all the money, they see all the status, the fame, they look past the the abuse that child had to suffer. They look past these things that are really going on, and they put up with it because that's what they really desire. And that's what as a nation we become like. Even so much so that you see people, just like they defend Catholic priests, they defending Diddy. They defend Diddy and say, oh, we're trying to see another black man get torn down. No, brother. This is a nasty individual who should have been stopped a long time ago. And because you wanted his money so bad, he got to live this long. And I'll tell you another thing. The only reason he's getting brought down is because people still want his money. He didn't pay them. And so they say, I'm going to tell on your secrets. Don't think I'm telling the truth. They were with all that. They were with all that nastiness before Diddy didn't pay. They were with it. The money stopped flowing. They started suing. And now everybody knows. And now he's being publicly shamed, as he should have always been.
Right.
But the reason he hasn't been is because we as a nation worship these rich people when we should not. We have a higher, what you just read, Christ said the poor have a higher reward in heaven.
Right.
You shouldn't seek after what the rich man has here. You want your reward early and it'll be lessened in the kingdom of heaven. So like,
no, damn right. Brother, you had something you want to say?
I was basically just agreeing with him. Like, it was just crazy how like a lot of the politicians and stuff like that, like they was okay with that for years. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that they was doing all this behind closed doors, and it's like after like certain situations, you know, they just brought out like a pawn. You know what I'm saying? And hit him with a bunch of lawsuits and like you know, but they was all with it at first. You know, and it just be crazy how they tear down the black man. You know, like. I mean, you know, all of us, you know, everybody got their own way of feeling about it, you know, but me personally, I just don't like the fact of it's like, you know, I know right is right and wrong is wrong, but, you know, you taking down another black man, you know, for what a lot of the things that he did was wrong, bro, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's just crazy how a lot of the world just, you know, see it in their eyes. Like you said, it's like everybody making fun of it, but it ain't funny. Yeah, you know, it's just it's different, you know, because you got to think, it was people that was really abused by that, you know, so you got kids that got mental health problems and stuff because of that now, you know what I'm saying? Now that they got older because they thought about all that trauma that happened to them being around the people, you know, so it's different, you know.
Yeah, damn right. That's an excellent point. Yeah, you have something?
Yeah. Just saying, like, you know what I'm saying, the most I said all these things, you know, have time to come alive. You know, it was downhill from there once that Jeffrey Epstein list started coming out. I knew from then on, like, you know, everybody that's in that industry, in that world, all these sketches gonna start coming out. Even what we know about for a long time, like the Clintons and Trump and them, you know, we know about them for a long time, and now all that starting to come out against all of them, all the things that they've done, all the lists of evil things that they've done over the years, all that starting to come out. Diddy, you know, included. I'm saying if you're partaking in that, what the so-called president does, it's only a matter of time for you taking that for you. They'll put you out there first,
right?
Before the rest of them go down. You know what I'm saying? So that's Diddy doing right now. Like he thought he was cool. So all his Jewish friends were going to be cool with him because of that. No, you're going to go under the bus first. The rest of them will follow, but they're going to make sure that you get the brunt of it first.
Yeah, and that's how this entertainment industry go. Like you can't go against the grain. That's why a lot of these cats, once again, Will Smith. The reason why he was putting up with so much with that Jada Pinkett chick was because she had something on him. And it come to find out, this cat was doing some of the most disgusting homosexual acts that you can imagine. And it was, I guess it was some video that surfaced. All right. But then once again, you can't, if you want to be in that tier, all right, of being in that entertainment industry, making that amount of money, having that amount of authority and power, you can't go against the grain. You got to do what they tell you to do and do the things that they want you. Terry Crews came out about, what was it, 7-8 years ago, how even him as big and, you know, you see how big he is, he's swole. This man was getting touched. He got touched by an executive. Right. You cannot go against the grain with these people. Right. And that's the problem. They'll shut you down. It's not called, what's the word? It's not canceled and it's not shadow banned. It's blacklisted. If you go against the grain, you get blacklisted. in this entertainment, and everybody is afraid of that. So a lot of people, all of these stories coming out about Diddy, right, where everybody like, hey, you can't tell Diddy no. You can't tell him because he just when he get to going, you just can't get him to stop. Well, that's the way that the entertainment industry works. You can't tell them no. And so many people was afraid to tell Diddy no because it's like you tell him no, damn, well, I'm not gonna be able to get the deal I thought. That's on a small scale. You're not telling Diddy no at a party. You want to go home. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Diddy want to party still? You're not telling him no. Why? Because if I leave, he might be offended. And now he might because he got the authority and the power. He might blacklist me. I might not be able to get no record deal. Well, that's a small scale. Now imagine who did it to Diddy. Directly from the source. All right. Them damn Amalekites that are in charge of the record industry and the entertainment industry. All right, they had the real power to blacklist you.
Right.
They would have destroyed Diddy if he'd have went against that grain. So he didn't. And so he fell right into it. And then he perpetuated it onto everybody under him. What do that sound like? Every other child molester, every other rapist. They all do the same thing. They get it done to them and then they perpetuate it down. And that's how a child molester is born. All right. Well, that's what this Bible is talking about. This parable that we're talking about is the same people that you think that you should be able to look up to are really the ones that are your enemy and gonna hurt you. All right, let's get what I call Isaiah 57. Yeah, let's read that. Let me get verse 20.
Verse 20.
Come.
Look at Isaiah chapter 57, verse 20. But the wicked are like the troubled sea. When it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt.
So think about it, right? So this is the Most High making a comparison to the wicked as a troubled sea. What's a troubled sea? A sea that's the waves is roaring. I don't know how far y'all have gotten from the shore of the beach. All right. At the shore, sometimes it can get a little hectic, but it ain't bad. It's controlled. But brother, when you get down deep into that thing, all right, into the deep sea, oh man. Them waves is going that way. Oh, you know all about that. Yeah, you done been on boats and ships and all of that. Yeah, them waves, ain't nothing you could do about it. There's nothing controlled about it. Well, that's the way the wicked are. The wicked are like the troubled sea when they cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. Read verse 21.
I got verse 21. There is no peace.
There's what?
There is no peace.
There's no peace. Go ahead.
Saith my God. To the wicked.
The wicked don't get peace. And this is something that we got to understand. Remember, when we talk about this parable that we read with the rich man lived his life in peace. He lived his life in peace. He was able to, once again, dress in fine purple linen and fare sumptuously, eat whatever the hell he want, drink whatever the hell he want, do whatever the hell he want, get away with it all. Or so he thought. Come to find out, there is no there is no peace to the wicked. You understand? There's no peace to the wicked. And now we find that out. Why? Because when Lazarus, the one that lived his life in turmoil and destitute, well, he gets to Abraham's bosom. He gets the peace. He wins in the end game. But the rich man, he don't get no peace. He begging Lazarus for peace. All right. Let's read. Let's go back to Luke 16. All right. Go back to that parable. We're going to finish that out. Luke 16 and 27.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 26.
I believe so. You can just read down the you can read 26. The
book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 26. And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed.
Now, when the rich man is asking Lazarus to drop just a little drop of water on his tongue to try to give him some relief, he's like, look, I can't do that. It's a wall between us. There's nothing I could do to help you. Keep going.
Okay. So that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that will come from thence.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment.
So now, once the rich man actually feels this trouble, he feels his punishment, he feels what his destiny is, right? He like, well, if it ain't nothing you could do for me, at least go and warn my family, so that way this don't happen to them, right? Keep going.
Come on. Verse 29. Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them.
Right. They already got the records. And that's the problem. The Bible is the most owned book in the entire earth, but don't nobody understand it.
Right.
And then when you try to read it, you still don't understand it. You understand? That's the problem. We know we have the key to what the Bible calls salvation. We got the key to life. It's been in front of our faces this entire time. The problem is nobody wants to pay attention to it. So when the rich man say, hey, go and tell my family so that way this don't happen to them, go and warn them so that way this don't happen to them. Well, the warning has been in front of your face the whole time. You think T.D. Jakes don't know the Bible? He's read the Bible. He's read it. He's seen it. Creflo Dollar, you don't think he know the Bible? That man has read the Bible, and he also understands it. I'll tell you that about Creflo Dollar and a lot of these Christian pastors. They understand the Bible. They know you're supposed to keep the law. They know who the Israelites is. T.D. Jakes said the black people are Israelites. He didn't want to stand on it, but he said that. Creflo Dollar says something similar. Minister Louis Farrakhan, he said that the black people are Israelites. All right. Everybody that is in a position of power to be able to help black people with the truth, they're withholding that truth. How you going to tell us, yeah, black people are the Israelites, but you're going to stay in Islam and worship the Arab God?
Right.
How are you going to tell me that black people are the Israelites, but you're going to stay in the white man's religion of Christianity and tell me to serve a white Jesus? How are you going to tell me that? The problem is because that's not what sells. That's not what sells. So they got the records. It's right here in front of them. Everybody knows that the black people in America, the Hispanic people, Native American people are the Israelites. It's all over. It's damn near common knowledge now. It's 2024. But guess what? Don't nobody want to live by that. Kendrick know it. Kendrick know that blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the Israelites. Right. But he talking about, he loves transsexuals. He says auntie is a tranny and he loves her. And he respects her decision. We don't respect LGBTQ decisions in here. You're not allowed to change your gender in here. We don't respect those decisions. We don't respect your religion. What's the other cat? Kodak Black. He know he an Israelite. So he don't keep no law. He's still getting high every goddamn day. What's the other cat that said that, oh my God, that Amari Stoudemire? He said he was an Israelite, but he didn't want to come out and say the truth about being an Israelite. So he went and started to be Jewish. And then he stopped being Jewish and he joined a fake Israelite group called IOG, which teaches that all nations can be saved. He wanted to be on the safe side because the truth don't sell. Amari Stoudemire is not getting no sponsorships if he says that the white man is the devil. He's not going to do it. It's not going to happen. Kodak Black is losing his record deal. Kendrick Lamar losing his record deal. Nobody going to like him no more. He barely got away with that in that damn when he said, I'm an Israelite. Don't call me black no more. He barely got away with that. Right. I saw so many reviews of people talking about, Kendrick is they rated that album so low. It was an excellent album, by the way. But they rated that album so low just based off of the fact that he called himself an Israelite and they associated with a hate group, which is going to lead me into my next topic, the mark of the beast, right? In order for you to remain functional in this society, when I say functional, I mean being able to function the way that America says that you can function, the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. All right. In order for you to be able to have that function, you can't go against the grain of America. In America, you have to accept Christianity or Catholicism. You have to accept their laws and their statutes and their bylaws. You have to accept all of those things. Matter of fact, let's get into that. If you could hold for me Revelation, let's get Revelation the 13th chapter.
Okay.
All right. Matter of fact, let's do this real quick. Yeah, give me Revelation the 13th chapter, and then we can start at verse 11.
Okay. Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
Now, if you know anything about the book of Revelation, it's a series of visions that John the Revelator had while he was in prison on the Isle of Patmos. Okay. These are dreams that he had, all right? And he's seeing these things, very vivid dreams that he's having, and the Most High is giving him these visions to write them in a book. You find that in Revelation, the 1st chapter. The Most High said, the things that you see in these visions, write them down in a book, because they're going to tell you things that are shortly going to come to pass, all right? Well, the imagery that John is talking about now is he's seeing a beast coming up out of the earth. What's that beast? If you could hold that, all right, and give me Revelation 13:1.
Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and they saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
So a lot of times in the book of Revelation, you'll see what's described as beasts, dragons, all of these things, right? And they're all symbolic of one thing or another. Keep reading.
Okay. And the beast rise up out of the sea. It saw the beast it saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And upon his horns 10 crowns. And upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
All right, so now this beast that we see, and this is imagery. Come to find out that the 7 heads and the 10 horns are all European nations, Edomite nations that comprise the ruling class of the earth. All right, you got your France, your Great Britain, your Germany, your Belgium, all of these different I was going to call them companies, which would be correct. All right, but all of these different countries that make up the ruling class of the entire earth, all white people, Edomite nations. All right, that's what these beasts are. Now we're going to find out that these beasts have an economic system that they've set up and put in place to make sure that nobody goes against the grain. If they do go against the grain, you see they get diddy bopped. You understand? Let's get now just drop down, go to verse 15.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 13, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
So now, on top of this beast being these nations, the beast also has an image that it requires you to worship. If you don't worship this image, you get put to death. Right. All right? You get cut off from America. You get cut off from that beast or from that system. All right, well, that image is Caesar Borgia. It's that white, I don't know where that one that we got that we didn't stepped all over it, but that's Caesar Borgia, the image that you see of white Jesus. That's the image that the beast has told everybody to worship. All right. Remember, America is a Christian Catholic country. All right. It has its roots in Catholicism and being Protestant. Right. And that's what they tell you to worship. They telling you got to worship white Jesus. If you don't, you're going against the grain and you're labeled a hate group because we say Jesus is black. So now you find us on the Southern Poverty Law Center website that says that you're a hate group. You understand? Well, that's because we going against the grain. So they'll shadow ban our accounts. They'll shadow ban our accounts. They'll cut our accounts off. I don't know how many YouTube accounts that we've had that have just been, they just deleted them. You understand? It was a time back in 2014 and a little bit around that time where we had to make a headquarters account every week, damn near, because they was just consistently cutting us off. Why? Because we're going against the grain. We teaching that Jesus Christ is black. So what is this saying here? The beast is giving power and giving life unto the image of the beast. All right. So that way that image is going to speak, and anybody that won't worship that image is going to be killed, meaning they'll be cut off. All right. And that's exactly what they do to anybody that goes against the grain. Right. Give me verse 16.
No, I can't. Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
All right. Now, this is what people call the mark of the beast. And what the mark of the beast is, it says there's a mark in their right hand and a mark in their foreheads. These are the actions that you do to promote Babylon, which is America. That's what your right hand is, that mark in your right hand. All right. That's you going to war for the white man. You just love to save your daddy, the white man. Well, that's you going to war, fam. That's that mark in your right hand. And then that mark in your forehead, that's not a literal mark. That's a mark talking about your understanding and your knowledge and your belief system. That's what it, once again, this all got to do with Christianity. The image of the beast is the Christian Jesus, the Christian white Jesus. That mark of that beast is the religion and philosophy of Christianity. Keep going, verse 17.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Now, once again, I say, if you don't have that mark, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, meaning you're not going to be able to prosper. Well, guess what? If you don't have that mark, you're not going to be able to succeed in America. If you go against the grain and say that Jesus Christ is black, all your contracts is getting pulled. What happened to Kanye West? Now, once again, the brother, he's like back and forth with it. You understand? But when he came out and spoke against them Amalekites, they pulled his Adidas contract. They pulled it. That's a prime example of that mark. If you don't commit to their religion of Christianity and go with the grain with them, they're gonna not allow you to buy or sell. So you don't get to be associated with Adidas no more. They're gonna cut you off.
They froze his bank accounts.
And you're right. And they froze his bank accounts. So nothing that he had associated with Adidas, which I believe went against the contract, right?
The bank accounts have nothing to do with Adidas. That's just money he earned.
Right.
But a Jewish banking system that he operated with, they just locked his accounts.
Right.
Wouldn't let him access it.
Right.
Literally not allowing him to buy with that account.
Right. So. Exactly. So, and Captain Tazaryak did an interview with him, and he was definitely leaning to our side. He was starting to accept the fact that our oppressor is the devil, and the blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the true Israelites according to the Bible. Right. He's putting that out there, and Ye got a big audience. That's dangerous. That's dangerous, especially if you're the person that he's saying is the devil. You're the person that he's saying is the imposter. He was calling the Jewish man the imposters. But once again, you go against that grain, they're going to freeze your bank accounts. They're going to cut those off. You're going to lose all of your sponsorships and your deals. Why? Because you're now rejecting the mark of the beast. Then that something like that happened with Brazil, as we talking about as a on a nationwide scale. Brazil, they went against the grain, and so now they got cut off from their imports and their exports. And this happens all across. Brazil was one of the Venezuela. They were one of the few countries and territories that tried it. They was the example for everybody else. Nobody else wanted to do that. Go ahead, you have something?
Yeah, there was a couple of Africans that tried the same thing. They was like, we know we can get rid of all these white people out of our country.
Mm-hmm.
We can run our country ourselves. As soon as they did that, they put sanctions and everything on them so they couldn't buy, trade or sell anything.
Mm-hmm.
So to the point they had to welcome white people back into the country.
And the thing is, this is a well-oiled machine that our oppressor has built. It goes this way because it's supposed to. The system ain't broken. This is just the way that it was designed. That's the way that it was designed. So what people are not getting is they think they can go against the system. But that's the way the system, if you're going to go against the system, just be ready for something to break. You understand? Yeah.
So the way that they barred the country is the way that they barred black people.
In what sense?
Like when we had our own economies.
I understand. Like you talking about like the Black Wall Street type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely on a similar scale, right?
Sanctions are like redlining.
Right.
Like crack epidemics.
Right.
Famines that they create.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So excellent point. All right. Let's keep going.
We got verse 18.
Salah, you 1 second. You have something?
Yeah. On that point, you know what I mean. This mark of the beast it's not just on the nationwide scale. It's on your day to day. I'll tell you this. I know. I speak to black men and women. I'm gonna just keep it in the nation of Israel, who have the mark of the beast in their hand and in their forehead. And I'll show you an example of both. If you vote with your hand, if you go wake up early in the morning to go vote for an oppressor, you have the mark of the beast.
Right.
in your hand and in your forehead, because you think that one of these oppressors is going to help you, and you make action with your legs and arms and hands to go work on that.
Right.
Another way I see it, you out here sleeping with oppressors.
Damn.
That's one way y'all be working with your hands in an evil work. Y'all have the mark of the beast.
Right.
And you know that the best thing for you is, if you believe the best thing for you is a Becky, you worship the devil.
Right.
You have the mark of the beast.
That's right. Damn
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And the last thing I see for you is when I see that you hate your brother. I speak to immigrants from all over the world, and they live here in America, and Negroes as well.
Right.
And they complain about Hispanics and the migrant crisis at the border. And you know what they say? They describe it as a problem that's going to personally attack them. I know that they have the mark of the beast in their mind.
Damn right.
In their mind, they believe that their brother is the enemy and their brother is the problem. That's the mark of the beast, brother. You believe like your oppressor believes. That Hispanic man is no harm to you at all. They never thought that when those Afghanistan migrants came over, the Ukrainian migrants came over, or these Chinese migrants who come over at a recordly high rate every year on the year come over. They never think about that, but they think that way about some Hispanic brothers and sisters. That's the mark of the beast.
Right.
And if that's something, if you experiencing any of these symptoms, you need to visit the ISUPK under Commanding General Yana.
That's
damn right.
And we can get you all fixed up, brother.
That's right.
Sister.
That's right. Yes, sir.
It's like if I could add on to what the officer was saying, is that I just approved your brother because he was trying to tell me at the slavery that they trying to make the Mexicans, Mexican brothers and sisters, they trying to make them the new minorities. And then I was like, well, that's not true. They all been a minority in this country. He's like, they trying to put them over us. He's like, they hate it just as much as they hate us. He's like, nah, it can't be. So I had to show him. I had to Google up and show him a picture where they have on signs over here on the west coast that said no blacks, no Mexicans, no dogs.
right.
Yep.
Right.
So I was like, how is this new? They've been minority. They've been oppressed and hated. Now all they're doing now is putting you against them.
Right.
So they want you working with them. That's it.
Right.
That's right.
It's like, so you had some?
Yeah, like to bring it back home too, like, you know what I'm saying? There's this Ashkor has sent me a link of this brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who got, everybody knows about Rodney King, right?
Yeah.
So there's a brother, a Mexican brother, right? He's like the same situation that happened to Rodney King happened to him, but through immigration, and he was put to death, you know what I'm saying, by these cops.
Yeah.
And luckily they recorded this. Man, I wish I had the thing, but I forget the brother's name. The brother, right? He wasn't doing anything wrong, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I'm saying, Rodney King. He was just trying to get, you know what I'm saying, he was just trying to get help.
Right.
And these cops were just beating him, like tasing him, beating him, and wouldn't stop until, you know what I'm saying, they see no life in him. You know, and everybody was just like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a crazy thing. I just found this out too. So it was like,
yeah.
Like to hear about, like, in here in the ISUPK, we understand that we under the same condition, but to put this in an image to our people, because, you know what I'm saying, we've been following that image of the beast, it like breaks that bond, you know what I'm saying, between us and our oppressor.
Right.
Because we can see that we are the same, but our oppressor and us, we're not the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the scripture says, envy not thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Right.
Why are you trying to be just like him, man? Why are you trying to hate your own brother just like he hates you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do that? You know what I'm saying? Love your brother. You know what I'm saying? Join with your people and come into the school.
Damn right.
Right.
Damn right. Damn right. That's an excellent point. Definitely excellent points. Give me Ezekiel the 9th chapter. I'm gonna close out in just a minute. But that's exactly the point, right? And it just brings it back home just to understand that Ain't nothing that you could learn from the world. All right, the people that we idolize and look up to, they all got that mark of the beast. Ain't nothing that you could gain from them. All right, they're not helping. They're not feeding you what you need to be fed, right? They're teaching you once again how to hate your brother. They teaching you that. What's that cat? Cat Williams. That cat. Everybody was looking up to him because of that interview he did and thought that he was such a smart guy and just so intelligent. The guy's a goddamn idiot and a conspiracy theorist and a goddamn weed head. That's what he is. You understand? And this cat, you look up to him, and then there was this video that surfaced like a month or two ago, right after that interview, and he's doing a bit, and he's people doing he's doing how comedians, they do crowd work, so they pick on somebody in the crowd and they start picking on him. This cat go after this Hispanic brother, this ISUPK brother, something crucial. You saw that?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, this isn't just regular crowd work like you just making fun of somebody. No, he start attacking him for being Hispanic and then basically saying that our struggles is different, meaning the Hispanic struggle is different than the black struggle, and trying to make it be less than what it really is. What is that doing? It's causing division. That's a problem, like what y'all was talking about with that beef between Judah and Issachar. And really, it's really just Judah hating Issachar, right? Because that's something that plagues our community, something terrible. It's something that's absolutely terrible, because our oppressor has now pit us against each other. What you was talking about before class about how these people really are making it seem like Mexicans is coming and stealing our jobs. And now you got black women working these little jobs talking about, Mexicans is gonna come steal our job. What are you talking about? That's the mark of the beast. You letting that white man feed everything into your ear. He's doing exactly what he intended to. He's dividing our nation and conquering from within. He ain't got to touch you. All you got to do is put it in your head. And us being them dumb sheep, we're going to listen to it and we're going to perpetuate it.
Right.
Yes, sir?
Now, I was just going to say, we now have the talking points that Caucasians had, 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come in, they're going to take our jobs.
Right.
Hispanics come in and they take the job no one wants.
Right, exactly.
And so much so that
they're going to pick them avocados for 60 cents an hour.
Even white farm owners have to admit, like, I cannot survive without Mexicans. The country cannot eat without the migrant labor force. So what are you afraid of? You don't even show up to work. That's another thing too.
Right.
You call out, you're scheduled 6 days, 5 days out of the week, you call out 2-3 days.
Right.
You don't even want to work that job. Give that to somebody who do want it, whether they be Hispanic or not.
Right.
You're just using this as an excuse to hate, and negative emotions towards your people are not necessary for what we have coming in the future, and that is a lot of struggling. A struggle bubble is coming up, and our job is to get the black and Hispanic community ready for hell, which is right on the horizon.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right. Let's read Ezekiel 9:4.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
So now these are different marks. Yeah, we in Ezekiel. Yeah, we in Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 9. Ezekiel chapter 9. Comes after, I believe, after the book of Lamentations.
Yeah.
Is it 35?
Yeah, Ezekiel 9:4. This will be our last precept too. We'll close out with this. All right, go ahead and read that again for me, Yak, if you can read Ezekiel 9:4.
Okay, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
See, now this is a different type of mark. We just read about the mark of the beast, right? And that's a mark that was set upon the foreheads of them that favored American society, that favored the ideologies and the philosophies of Babylon, which that includes everything that P. Diddy is going to get locked up for. That includes everything that Eddie Long and T.D. Jakes stands for. All right. Child molestation and murder. That's what they stand for. All right. In the disobedience to the Most High's laws. Now, this mark is a different mark. This is a mark that the Most High said he's going to set upon the foreheads of them that sigh and that cry for all of the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that's what we doing. We trying to get this mark. This mark is for the work of the Most High. And that's what we're doing. See, once again, Lazarus went to that rich man because he thought that rich man had the power and the wherewithal to be able to help him out of his situation. Did he have the power? The rich man had the money to feed him. Right. He certainly had that, but he didn't want to, and he wasn't going to. Right. Well, we have the power through the Spirit of the Most High in Christ. We can feed you. We can give you exactly what you need. Right. And that's the point. The Lord is telling us that he's going to mark those on their foreheads that sigh and cry for the abominations. We sigh and cry for what happened to Lazarus. We sigh and cry for any brother that's got sores on his goddamn body and the dogs is coming to lick him up. We're going to take him in here and we're going to clean him up. We're going to give him that food. And he's going to ask for crumbs off our plate. And we're not going to do that. We're going to give him our whole plate. We're not going to eat so that way he can eat. Right, that's what that's the spirit of the Most High. That's the spirit of Christ. That's the spirit of brotherhood. And that's what this Bible is all about. Like everything that these brothers have been bringing up for the past hour and a half are excellent points because it's exactly what the spirit of this Bible is about. All right. So we have to understand these things. Once again, the Lord is just revealing every day is something new. The Lord is revealing something about this place. He's showing you that this place is wicked. The Bible tells us that this is not our rest. I believe that's in the book of Micah or Malachi. All right. The scriptures tell us that this is not our rest. Arise and depart. Right. Revelation 18 chapter tells us that we have to get out of Babylon. Right. We have to deny Babylon. Get away from this place. If we don't come out of the ideologies and the philosophies of this place, we will now face the punishments and the judgments that are coming to this place, that are soon to come to this place. The scripture said that Babylon is going to fall to rise no more. Right. Well, if you want to fall and you want to be destroyed right along with Babylon, continue doing exactly what you've been doing. Continue getting high and smoking weed. Continue breaking all of the laws, statutes, and commandments. Continue to idolize all of these entertainers. Make them your leaders. All right. But if you want to flee Babylon and you want to come into the truth, then you have to make sure that your leaders are in the right mindset. Right. They have to be in the right mindset. Go ahead. You got something?
Like I said, I got the precept for that. Arise and depart.
Go ahead. You got
the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart. For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. Damn right. Did you want to bring something out on that? No, I just wanted to bring it out so everybody know the chapter verse.
Damn right. And look, and you have to be in that mindset. And that scripture is not telling you to flee, as in you got to get on a plane, get you a passport, and get on a plane and fly somewhere else. Ain't nowhere that you're going to be able to escape Babylon's influence, except for in the ISUPK. That's the only way that you're going to escape the influence, because you can fly to any country in the world, and Babylon's influence is going to be all over that place. You can find a goddamn McDonald's in any country of Africa. You understand? And in any place that you go to, is McDonald's in Greece and France and all over the goddamn place. All right, Babylon's influence is all over. The only place that you can escape Babylon's influence is in this Bible, in this truth. And you can separate mentally, physically, and spiritually. You had something, Slucky?
Right. Now I was just going to say that that's the power of the beast, but the power of the Most High is greater.
Right. Damn right.
The ISUPK.
Damn right.
With the right brothers, with the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you know what I'm saying? You can escape that power of the beast. That image of the beast.
Damn right. You got the security announcements? You got them?
Yeah, they're right here.
Sir. All right. Slocky, you had something you want to bring up before we close?
Bringing on that point, about not being escaped. The scriptures say, everywhere you go, the curse will follow you. You can
That's-
dance the way you can go. That's it.
Excellent point.
People have our people went to different countries that they gonna find someone that's gonna treat them better. But they always end up finding out that you don't get treated better nowhere else.
Right.
You're gonna get treated the exact same.
Yeah,
Go
right.
to Japan, go to Italy, anywhere people want to think they go, they think that black people be treated better there. All they find is that no, you'll be treated the exact same you were treated here.
Right. Yeah, there's no escaping the Lord's judgment. The only way that you can escape the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and all of the plagues that are going to come to Babylon is you're going to have to come into the truth. You have to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you're going to have to get that mark on your forehead. Not the mark of the beast, but that mark that the Most High said that he's going to set upon those that cry and sigh for the abominations of this place and pray for the destruction of Babylon. All right. That being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest Officer Matazah.
Let's give the priest hand. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 months period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, which is the Passover, and that would be April 20th, right?
April 20th. Durham, North
That's
Carolina.
on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Give the Lord a hand. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in North Carolina, right? Make sure you guys got your Passover fee. You know what I'm saying? $200 per person. Also, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to salute the teacher, Men of Israel Majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak. Sar, and face the sister. We're going to do one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel. Amashim Shabbat. Majim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Yek Yamatah. Class dismissed.